Hello and welcome. This is the special edition on Quadrangle where we'll be discussing the Bradby Shield and its special personalities. Today we have with us Byron Fernando, the 1982 Trinity College Bradby winning captain here with us. Byron is all the way from Australia and today we have he is joined with his lovely wife Simone and Byron, and they're here in Sri Lanka. Byron will be the 76th Bradby Shield second leg chief guest at Pallekele. Welcome Byron and Simone for the show.
Thank you, Muad. It's great to be here, and thanks to the Quadrangle.
So, first of all the way from Australia for this special occasion, how does it feel to be back here at representing as the chief guest of the 76th Bradby, and you will be giving out the prestigious Bradby Shield this year? How does it feel to be back home?
It's great to be back home, as always, to catch up with many friends. Exciting times. A lot of teammates have come from all around the world, and look, here we're here to enjoy the moment, and let's hope Trinity can turn the tables and come up with a victory and see what happens, but may the best team win.
Simone, coming to you. So this must be a special occasion to you as well, accompanying Byron as the chief guest this year. How is your feelings? How are you feeling to be here in Sri Lanka and to be gracing the occasion in Pallekele?
I couldn't be prouder of him for his achievements of what he has done to date. He's done some really great things, and yeah, couldn't be prouder and to be here for him.
So Byron, going down memory lane, you're a Colombo boy. That's what I got in my research, going through those good old news articles and talking to the players who played in the 80s and 90s. So you were at St. Peter's College until grade 6 or 7, and then you switched to the Hill Country School, Trinity College. How was the transition? How was the school days back at Bambalapitiya and the transition to Kandy at Trinity?
Well, it was an experience. I loved St. Peter's. I was never looking forward to going to Trinity. Perhaps my next choice, or the choice my dad had, being a Catholic boy, was to get me into St. Anthony's, but things didn't work out. And I ended up at Trinity, but leaving Colombo was very sad, leaving my mates. It was a bit like going to jail, I guess. But I had to go in there and, start all over again, build relationships, the bonding, and just took its course, and here I am, I guess.
So Byron, how was your family background in sports? Was it a sporting background? Was it a sporting family, or you were a solo boy who was chasing the sporting dream?
Look, my dad was an athlete, an elite athlete at St. Peter's, and he was also the pingweight boxing champion at St. Peter's. He was not into rugby or cricket or basketball, none of those sports. I was just passionate on the sport. I loved rugby, and I played basketball for my school as well. Yeah, I just followed my passion, I guess, something that I really wanted to do. Yeah. So
now you said you have done two sports at the top level at Trinity, rugby and basketball. Now in the recent past as well, we have Sri Lanka has produced some top-notch double internationals. But how was it? How was your feeling to play both rugby and basketball for the red, gold, and blue jersey?
Oh, it was fantastic because basketball, as you know, is a very fast game, and it actually helped me with the development of rugby. I also did play a bit of cricket at under 17 level, but I found the game a bit too slow and boring for my liking. So basketball was my other choice, and yeah, it was an honor because I captained basketball and rugby at Trinity.
Such a rare achievement.
Yeah, thanks. But yeah, it was good, and I enjoyed both sports.
Now, going back, recollecting your times, your earliest days at Trinity, and would you like to talk about your first coach and junior age category? How was the coaching? Who were your coaches back at Trinity in those days?
Yeah, my first coach, Mohad, was Alex Lazarus. I started off at under 15 level. I think he laid the foundation. I think he did an excellent job in building the under 15 group. And look, he passed away a couple of years ago, but I think I have a lot of respect and honor for him because he was one of a kind.
I mean, for many generations of Trinitians, Sir Lazarus has been an inspirational figure. Even at the college boarding house as well, he was a senior hostel master. So, Mr. Lazarus, I would say, Sir Alex Lazarus had done so much for Trinity for many decades, and sadly, his demise is very sad in the recent past. I mean, a few years ago, Mr. Lazarus passed away. So, a generational bond between Sir Lazarus and Trinity, I think it will continue for many more years to come.
Absolutely. I mean, he was a legendary guy. He gave so much to Trinity. He was so committed. And look, it's rare to find people like that in this day and age. So, hats off to Mr. Lazarus. And we appreciate and thank him for all the great work and the contribution that he's made to Trinity.
Now, Byron, you had the opportunity of playing under some great rugby players at Trinity, donning that red, gold and blue. And would you like to recall those superb teams and special teammates that you would like to recall in this special occasion?
Yeah, when I look back, we played under 15, under 17 and first 15. And at under 15 we were unbeaten, at under 17 we were unbeaten, and with the first 15 under the captaincy of Ravi Bandaranayake, we won all our games, and it was just the last game that we lost in the second leg of the Bradby. So it is what it is, but if we had won that game we would have remained an unbeaten team. I like to talk about the 81 team and highlight that team because I think that was a very special year for us. Ravi Bandaranayake was a great skipper. He led by example, man of few words, but he had the respect of the rest of the team. And I think we had some good guys on board that particular year. And we went about doing what we had to do and won the Bradby after 3 years. So that was a great achievement and a great side.
So Ravi was in 1981.
81, that's right. Yeah.
Right. So coming back to your year, so you have been playing 3 or 4 Bradby encounters, I think. 3
years. I played in 80, 81, 82. 80 was under Tikiri Elapolo. We had a fairly good season. I think we won most of our games, but we lost the 2 games to Royal that year.
In fact, all the matches were won except for the Bradby.
2 Bradbys,
yes. So coming back to 1982, the year you led Trinity College, Kandy, for the Bradby and the season, of course. How was it? How was the feeling to marshal the Trinity College team as a skipper in 82?
See, what I was able to do with that particular team, we didn't have any so-called big names that particular year, but what the lads did were amazing. They had the belief, they had the will, they had the determination, and we went out there to win, and we played to win. And with the exception of one game that we lost to Byron Fernando's 82 Isipatana side, we won the rest of our games. So, it was a great commitment by the lads. And look, when I look back, they're absolute winners, and I'm so proud of the 82 team. Yeah.
If you like to recall some special players that you will never forget in that team who were with your side from day one.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, I can't say that I can't forget anybody. I remember everybody in that particular team. Yes, there were outstanding players like Dilip Ariyeti, Ashan Ratwate, Roshan was my deputy skipper. They all played a key role. But I think the entire team dug deep and they did what they had to do. So, really proud of their efforts.
So in fact, I just received a message that you have your 1981 Trinity basketball side won the championship in the Central Province Schools Championship as well under your leadership. So
yeah, I mean, I can't even remember that, but we did. Yes, I think that was something that I've forgotten about.
It's a bit of competition.
But it's a good memory.
Yeah. Competition going on between you and Shriyan Kure, the first leg chief guest. Shriyan was a double sportsman as well. Athletics was his forte with rugby as well. So two very special chief guests we had this year. In the 76th Bradby. So Byron, going back to the 1982, the first leg in Nithavala, it was a 6-4 win.
No, I have to correct you. The first leg was in Colombo at London Place. Yeah.
So it was a 6-4 win.
No, it was a 9-6 win.
Right.
Where they scored 2 penalties and we scored 2 penalties and a drop goal.
Right. So that drop goal made the difference.
It did, yes, certainly did. We crossed the Royal line and our in three-quarter lucky Arya Singham dropped the ball, so that was a little bit of a downer at the time, and the scores were locked at 6-all, and then we had a scrum 25 meters out, and we used to play number 8, or I did play number 8. But I moved to fly half, and my good buddy Ashan passed the ball. We won the scrum, he passed the ball, and then I dropped a goal. So that was the difference.
So basically you were all over the park playing positions.
Back in the day you could do that, and as a rugby player, I think I played in most positions except second row and centre. So I've covered the rest of the positions at some stage of my rugby career.
So going back to the second leg, it was yet another close nail-biting encounter. Where was the second leg played? Was it at Bogambara or Nithavala?
Nithavala, yep. I think there was a bit of rain. Tough game once again. As you know, when you play Royal, it's always tough. Royal did have a much superior side to our side. They had Kandy, Buttaya, Shriyan Kure, and they had some big name players. So for what our guys did was amazing.
Now Simone, coming back to you, Byron has been known for his notorious traits. I heard, according to my research here in Sri Lanka during his school days, both at St. Peter's and Trinity. So at Trinity, he was known for some big notorious traits I heard in Kandy and from all his friends and well-wishers. So how did you meet Byron, and how was it coping up with him and putting up with him?
I met him through friends, and he's just like this lovable, larger-than-life character. He's still a bit of a scamp to this day. He's a huge kid at heart. He's known for his passion for cooking. He's just an all-round great guy. Leaves a lasting impression. He's just one of those guys that you either love him or you hate him.
So, Byron, would you agree with the statement?
I can't agree or disagree. You asked her the question. She's telling the story. So look, I'm not going to comment.
Any interesting incidents you'd like to recall? Any unforgettable memories off the field? Now, we've been talking on-field incidents. Any out-of-the-field incidents that you might not never forget?
Well, there's been a heap of off-field stories, I guess. I can stay here and talk to you for a couple of days. But look, I don't think I need to go there because most of those stories are probably too good to mention.
Well, now going back again to the field, your career at Trinity, starting out the 82, you all won the Bradby Shield, and also was it in the 82 season that you came back in the dead minutes of the game and saved the day for Trinity against St. Anthony's? The scores were deadlocked 0-0, and you basically were the saviour for Trinity. Was it at Nittawala?
It was at Nittawala, yes. I was nursing a cork tie on the day, and you know, back in the day there was no substitutions. I just taken my gear just in case there was an injury, and I guess at the 50th minute there was an injury. And I decided to go in at the time. Scores were 0-0, and so happened to kick a penalty over and score a try in the dying minutes, and fortunate enough to win the game 7-0. That was special and memorable.
So back then again, was it a 60-minute affair? It was the game.
Yeah, back in the day we only played 30 minutes each half, so our games were 60 minutes.
And also, there was an interesting point made by your good old friend Nihal Gunda Gunawardana. So he says there is an unbreakable record by any player here in this rugby circuit here in Sri Lanka. It is that you single-handedly scored all the points in 2 Bradby legs, and you took Trinity for the win as the skipper. So basically it was you scoring all the way, putting over penalties, dropped goals and scoring tries. It was you everywhere in the park in the 82 Bradby edition where you captained Trinity in that year.
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, I never thought of it that way because it was all about Trinity and it was all about winning the game. Look, I think the lads baked the cake and I just had to ice it. So, you know, they created the opportunities. I was not able to cross Royals line, but it was sheer boot power. You know, so I guess, as I said, I had to ice the cake. That was part of my job as a kicker, and that I did. Yeah, when I look back, it stands as a record, something special. You know, but I'm really proud of the team's effort, and you know, they created the opportunities for me to finish it off.
Absolutely. For unassailable, unbreakable records to be established, you definitely need the support of the team, and that's what you have achieved, and probably this might go on for another generations to come. I mean, it's a special fact pointed out by your good old friend, and it should not go unnoticed, and all the future the Rugbyrites who are playing this year and many more should know about these stats and trivia. We would like for you to add more on the season. You scored 106 points out of 156 points in that year's Trinity Rugby season. Yet again, another record set by you. It was finally broken in 2014, as to my knowledge, by Tharinda Ratwath, the highest score record. So how was it back then, scoring 106 points, a try being 4 points? Must have been a big feeling for you.
See, when you play rugby, you don't think of records. It's a team sport, and you go out there to win. You know, records might come your way. You know, I mean, talking about Tari, I followed him. I was president of Scrummage in 2011, which was his first year. I watched all 4 legs of all 4 years I was present at the Bradby, and I always thought Tari was a very special player. He still is. And look, for Tari to break my record, look, I'm so happy because I was so close to his dad Ashan, who was a very close buddy of mine, and he captained Trinity the year after I did in 1983. So look, we all know what a great player Tari is, and it's a great achievement, and I'm so proud that he broke my record. You know, records are meant to be broken, and I couldn't ask for someone better than Tari.
Of course, that period from 2011 to 2014 was a superb year for Trinity. They clearly outclassed Royal in all the Bradby encounters. In fact, 2011, if you recall, Murad Ramzeen's Bradby winning side, coming back from a 8-point deficit in Bogambara, thrashed Royal at Reed Avenue, and you were there. So this might be a chance for all the young boys right now these days. They should take an inspiration from that.
Absolutely. You know, it's a mind game. The preparation has been done, and look, amazing things happen on the international stage. You know, it's like Australia beating South Africa. No one expected that. Pumas beating the All Blacks last week. Look, so end of the day, you compete with 15 others, and if you're mentally prepared on the day, you can do the impossible. It is about belief. So look, you can't write any team off. I wish Trinity all the very best, and I really do hope they can salvage pride, win the game, and if they win the Bradby, it will be amazing. You know, we can't control these things. We just need to sit and watch. You know, it is in their hands to perform and come away with a victory.
Of course, Byron. And also, another interesting story I heard from your mates is that your dad was clear-cut against you playing rugby as a sport, and if you know, even him being an athlete, what was the reason? And you went against your dad's wishes, and I mean, you went on to become the Trinity captain in '82. Why was your father against you playing rugby, if you don't mind recalling?
Yeah, my dad had a reason as to why. After my first year in 1980, he came to the principal's office and he requested to the principal to ban me from rugby. And he had a very good reason, because I'm a hemophilic, and it's a condition where your blood doesn't clot, and the doctors had advised him that I shouldn't play any contact sport. And for my luck, the principal turned to me and said, look, we have great plans for this boy, and I think the decision needs to be made by Byron himself. And then I just looked at the principal and said, thank you, sir. I think, you know, I'm ready to lay my life for the sport I love. And this is what I really want to do. And, you know, principal left the decision in my hands, and I made that decision. I made that call at the time. And my dad never supported me at all. He didn't even buy me my boots, or he hardly came to watch a game. But I had the passion and the desire to do what I needed to do, and that's exactly what I did.
So basically, in fact, Byron, you risked your life for Trinity, I must say, with that incredible feat. What is your thoughts?
Well, when you're passionate about a sport and you have the will and the determination to keep going, you just don't give up. It was pretty serious at the time, and I think my dad saw the value or saw the danger, but it was no danger to me. It was something that I wanted to do, and that was exactly what I did.
Coming back to another tale remembered by your good old friend Nihal Gunawardena Gunda, what happened against that Scotland team here in Colombo, where there was a fisticuff and some biting and hitting going on, and you chasing the Scottish lad around the grounds after the dinner? So would you like to recall what happened to our viewers?
Yeah, that was a game that I represented up country. We played the Scottish side. I was playing flank for that game, and I was just resting my arm on his shoulder. I did it once, twice. Third time, he really gave me a hard whack. So I guess he was the aggressor. I just gave him a left hook, which opened him up with 4 stitches. And he chased me around the park, I guess, or around the scrum. I remember at the time Frank Hubert was refereeing. They didn't have a card system, so I was saved. So
Or else you could have been banned for months and years and matches.
absolutely. So I was just shifted to the wing, and one of those things, that happens at a game, I guess.
So this is after you left Trinity. Will you recall the year which?
I think it was in 1981.
Oh, right, we were still a schoolboy.
Still a schoolboy, and I remember the particular player, after getting stitched up at the social, spoke to my dad, and my dad said he's only a schoolboy, and for my good luck, he was unable to catch me. If he did, would have been a different story, I guess. Yeah. So it's just one of those things. Heat of the moment, things happen.
So another rare occasion, you were a schoolboy and probably the only schoolboy to play for Kandy while being a schoolboy at 18 years. Wow. How was that achievement?
Look, 81 was like my second year at first 15 for Trinity. I can't recollect how I was even asked to come for practice, but I did play in 81. I can't remember all the details, but I'm sure I played 3 or 4 games for Kandy in that particular year. Yeah.
So the positions you played at Kandy, or was how was it?
Yeah, Kandy I actually played fullback.
Right.
My pet position for Trinity was number 8. And then again in 82 I played for Kandy. I played fullback as well. So both years I played fullback for Kandy.
So before migrating to Australia, how was soon after leaving college at 82? What happened in your rugby career?
82, as soon as I left, I also represented Kandy again. We played a few games. Side did pretty well at the time. And look, 83 February, I migrated to Australia, so I didn't really have a full season of rugby after me leaving school, but I ended up going to Melbourne and playing for a side called the Harlequins. And Hiran Muttaya, the 82 Royal captain, joined me at that particular club. And we played together for 2 or 3 years, so it was good.
Just finally, we missed a small interesting incident happened in 82, if I'm correct, the Isipatana match. That was the only match that you all lost in that season. You all were a tremendous side, but you said you all were a mediocre team. Turned out to be a superb team effort, which made you all a superb team, but you all lost that encounter with Isipatana, and Dilroy Fernando, good old friend, made that try-saving tackle right before the touchline. And how was that feeling? You all could have won that match if not for that try-saving tackle by Dilo.
Yeah, it's interesting in hindsight, bounce of the ball on the day, I guess. We were trailing 7-3. We did get a penalty in the last minute. I opted not to take the penalty because we ended up 6-7. So I can't remember whether it was a short tap or whether it was a scrum. But we did cross the line, and I think as I made a break from the base of the scrum, so I think it was a scrum. I went over the line and someone, I think tapped my hand or what have you, and I knocked on, and that was the end of the game. So I guess, what do you say? Things happen. Things didn't go right for us, but lot of respect and regard for the Isipatana team. They always play well, and it was their day.
Of course, that's life, and you have to move on with it. That's sport.
Absolutely.
Byron, we are talking about this Bradby Shield, and this year, the 76th edition, you playing in the Bradby during the course of the early 80s, you must definitely have many incidents that you will never forget. One special incident you would like to share with us? Any special moments that you will on the top of your list at the Bradby Shield?
Yeah, probably in 1981, joining the line and passing that ball to the wing three-quarter. Nial Gunda, that was a special moment when he scored. So talking about 81, 82, I guess it was the drop goal at the first leg when the scores were locked at 6-all. That was a turning point for us, so I think that was very special.
Must have been electrifying to score a drop goal. I mean, drop goal in anywhere, any part of the world, at a rugby encounter, it's just magic to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's been hard work, a lot of practice, and at the right moment, you need to make them count. And I was lucky enough to make it count, I guess.
In fact, why I spoke about the drop goal was, do you know that in this year's top division schools rugby league, there was not a single drop goal scored in this year's season by the top division clubs, by the top division school teams. But in fact, in the lower divisions, we saw some interesting drop goals. So it's lovely to see some drop goals back in action, and we hope that our boys will do those little magic tricks in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, you need to practice. When there are points on offer, you need to seize on the right opportunities and make it count, most importantly.
And also, Byron, looking back, what are your thoughts on what you learned on field and off field at Trinity College, and what has made you today this year?
I think it's discipline, dedication, commitment, and never to give up. If you have the passion, you just keep working at it, and good things will come your way. To sum it up, just hang in there and never give up.
Also, Simon, any last words from you, and how, again, I'm asking you, the feeling, the passion, what are you looking forward from this year's how your stay here in Sri Lanka, how does it feel again? Finally.
This is my second trip to Sri Lanka, so this will be my second Bradby, but I'm also very proud to be here to stand by Byron as chief guest this year. I wish the boys all the very best for the second leg, and the bond that the boys have, I've never seen anything like it. being from Australia, like seeing Byron and his mates, they may not see each other for, quite a while, but they can pick up where they left off, and the bond is so strong still to this date, and that's what I love about them. And yeah, just my parting words again, good luck, guys, have a great game, enjoy, and yeah, go for it.
Thank you, Simon, for those lovely words. And finally, Byron, your message to all the young rugby players here in Sri Lanka, the young Royalists, young Trinitians, and all the rugby-loving public. What is your message?
Yeah, just keep working hard. Keep working at your game. If you're passionate, don't give up. Believe in yourself and go for it. And the most important thing is you need to enjoy what you do. Yep.
Thank you very much, Byron, for those encouraging words, and thank you very much, Simone, yet again for joining us and standing by with Byron. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Byron Fernando, the chief guest for the 76th Bradby Shield second leg in Pallikele, the 1982 Trinity College Bradby winning captain and his lovely wife. And we thank you for joining with us, and also thank you to you all, and thank you for Cinnamon Grand for providing us this spacious and beautiful venue for us to host and interview this lovely duo. And thank you very much, especially for all the management and the management staff, of course. And thank you very much for joining with us, the 76th Bradby Shield special edition. This is what we brought you on Quadrangle. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you soon on yet another special edition of the Quadrangle.